All right, we're all clear. Everyone can hear me okay. Yes, we had some audio issues. I apologize about that. Hopefully, everybody's happy. Just one more quick check here. All right. So, welcome to Makai Toshi Saga, or Final Fantasy Legend. For those who don't know, the Final Fantasy Legend games were originally the Saga games. They were actually a different series than Final Fantasy, but they decided in the North America to rename them Final Fantasy for sales, I guess. And this actually was Square's first million-selling game. So yeah, I know it did pretty well. But you notice I'm playing in Japanese, and this is version 1.0. And since there's a version 1.1, you know something's going to happen. This is the glitched version of the run, and it's going to go very fast because there's a lot of glitches. And I'm stalling a little bit because there is an incentive, which last I checked was not met. I've got very crazy glitches to show after this run is up, and last I checked it was $55 away. So if you like this and want to see this, you've got about 10 minutes. So if you want to see the glitches afterwards. All right, I'm gonna get my timer ready. And I'm actually gonna kind of go a little slower than I might normally do if I was speedrunning this, just because I do want to explain everything. You'll see a bunch of things that are very mystical and weird. And yeah, if I just do everything super fast, you're gonna not understand it. And I'd rather you would understand it, because by the time I'm done with this, you could actually go do it yourself. This is really one of the easiest glitch runs I've ever run into. There is a very hard version, which I might talk about later, but this is the easy version of the route. This is marathon safe, so to speak. Okay. Timer doesn't quite start yet. We got the intro here. So if you don't know the game, there's this tower in the center of town, and it's supposed to lead to paradise, and a bunch of people have tried to go up the tower and were never seen again. And you have a group that's wanting to go up and try for it yourself. So that's the setup. No evil monsters trying to take over the world or anything. Just there's a tower leading to paradise. Doesn't matter what kind of character we start with. So we're going to start with the human. He's not going to be human for long, though. Like I said, this is going to be glitchy. Okay. 1 second here. And we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so first we're going to pick up 2 friends. We're going to pick up a skeleton, and it doesn't matter what we name him. And we're going to pick up a albatross, and these are called albatrosses. And what we're doing right there is we're setting up a couple things. And again, I'm going to be not really going super fast. We're setting up something major called the meat glitch. Basically, version 1.0 lets anyone eat meat at any time. If you actually go into the menu and you pick the 8th blank option right there, or there might have something there, you select it and then you unselect all the way back, they will eat whatever meat you have in storage. By in storage, it means whatever meat you saw last, basically. There's a little more complication than that, but that's the short version. So whatever meat that you saw last, you will eat. So you can even have people eat meat, you can have dead characters you can eat, you can have anyone eat meat. And then we can join that glitch together with another glitch called the 2-8 glitch, which will also corrupt memory at the same time. So that's what we're going to do first here. We're going to corrupt some memory. We have to do a frame perfect trick here, and we did it. Just have to hit start at the same time we enter. So that's easy. And then we're going to go to our second character, and we're going to do the 2-8 glitch. So 2, and then we get to select 8, and then we select all the way back. And then now we're in a vehicle. Believe it or not, that's a vehicle. We're going to step out of the vehicle. And you're going to see in a moment that we have crazy things happen. We just had this character change to some kind of lizard. And then we have 2 dead characters now in our party. This guy is actually going to look at, we're not going to recruit him, we're going to look at a human. And it's going to store human meat into storage. So a male human, and now we're going to eat him. We're going to have our dead character eat a male human, just to reiterate here. So we're going to go over to our fourth option, and we're going to do the meat glitch. Again, just go to the last position, select number 8, and then back all the way out. That's all you have to do. And then boom, now he's a warrior. And he has a chainsaw, which we're going to be using very shortly. Now that we've done that, our second character, which we glitched, actually has teleport. So we're going to teleport all the way to the end of the game. The last floor is floor 33. Now, we still have to do the boss rush at the end. There's 4 bosses. All right. I can't pronounce the names very well. This one's Genbu, I think. And then we just use the chainsaw on him. And the chainsaw in this game is broke. Basically, it was originally intended to work on regular monsters, but not on bosses. But for some reason, when they coded it, they got it mixed up. It actually works on bosses, but not on regular characters. So it's supposed to be like any of these random encounters. Maybe you could use it, the chainsaw, and there's a probability that it'll kill them instantly. But instead, it works only on the bosses, and it always kills them instantly. So, yeah. Now, so our main problem is actually these guys in the middle, because we're just going to want to run away from everybody. But they can hurt us, especially if I mess up the RNG manipulation. So this does have total RNG manipulation if I do everything right. Basically, yeah, it will. Assuming that everything works as planned, I will know exactly what monsters I see where, and which ones will let me run away right away, and which ones I might need to do it twice or something like that. So that guy lets me run away. It's possible to mess it up pretty much by anything. Right now, this is actually good. Okay, so I am going to... at this point, I'm going to do an RNG manip thing. I am going to actually save my game. And then I'm going to reset. You just do a soft reset, it's fine. And then continue. Now, assuming everything worked okay, and this can be a little finicky, so we'll see. What we did was we are avoiding an encounter that's actually pretty hard to run away from, basically. So there's an encounter which I think you have to run 5 times from or something like that, and that's pretty slow. And we just got 2 guys that we just ran away from right away, so no problem there. Now, we still will get... Yeah, actually, the RNG is... This is not exactly... okay, good. Now, I'm going to do a safety thing here. You notice I'm now down to 1 character. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my dead characters eat meat. Oh, and I have to back all the way out. Whoops, let me do that again. Back out, all the way out. Okay, so we're going to do meat glitch. Hey, look, we got a worm. Or that might be a Medusa. I'm not really sure, based on all the craziness, what meat I actually have in storage. I just want... now I have my worm army here. Good. So that way I can, actually let me rearrange my positioning here. So I'm going to push this guy back here. Oh, did I mess up a meat glitch on that guy? You know, I think I'm all right. I don't think I need everybody. And that way they absorb hits a little more. I also, all that glitching gave me some potions in storage, so I've got enough safety here if something goes wrong. All right. Fight, good. And it doesn't really matter what they do. If you're actually trying to go for a world record on this, you actually want your guys to die, so you're only left with the warrior with the chainsaw. And you just happen to manipulate the RNG well enough that you don't get hit that hard, and then you beat the game with like 5 health or something. So that's not great for marathons. I'd rather make it to the end of the game. Alright. Getting close. So remember, each one of these bosses, I can just use the chainsaw on them and they die. All the rest of these guys, I'm running away. And you notice none of them really are giving me too much trouble in terms of the running away. The RNG manipulation did seem to work okay on this. I haven't got any really tough ones, but I did resurrect the 2 monsters by having them eat meat simply because you never know. It's I think this guy has 2 and then the 3rd one will work. Nope, 3. Wow. Okay, there you go. 4th. There we go. 4th one's a charm. Okay, we're getting close. Now, there's actually a bunch of ways to glitch this game. So what I'm showing you is only one way. I will show you at least the first part of what one of the tasks does, if we can get that far. If you get the incentive. We'll check on that in a moment here. Alright. Oh, no, we're still okay. I'm gonna actually... Okay, let's do... Oh, you know what? We just... Wait a second here. No, I guess we're not okay. We're gonna need a reset. Oof. Sorry, guys. It's okay. We have a save game. He was hitting him and I wasn't realizing it. I have potions and I was talking and I got confused. That's alright. We got plenty of time on our estimate. Alright. So, what I was saying, and apparently I lost track of the fact my hit points got reduced, is, this is awesome. Our RNG is going to be totally off now here. So, this is going to be no idea what's happening. That's okay. Eat some meat. There we go. Toss you some meat. Alright, and then have this guy toss you some meat. And have this guy toss you some meat. Whoop, not the first position, the 8th position. So when this game came out, it wasn't like it was hard to glitch it. It was actually, that's not working. You know what? I'm not gonna worry about that. Okay. So it was not hard to glitch it. Like you could just hit random buttons on the screen, and crazy stuff would happen. And people were really wondering, like, what's going on? It did take people like Tassers later to really figure out a consistent setup. But you could just play the game like normally, like a normal person, and you would glitch totally. You would, oh, come on. We should be okay. Alright, but let me actually do... So I did say I have potions. I've got a bunch of potions. You notice each one of these is a potion. So I can just toss in potions for a little bit, just to make sure I'm perfectly safe here. And I don't run into... there you go. Perfect. Run into the same issue I did before. Okay. Perfect. Okay, chainsaw him. Beautiful. I might just, since my RNG's all messed up, I probably will just safety save right here too. So I'm absolutely certain nothing's gonna go wrong here. So let me just do that. Save. Great. Because this is very fast to do. There we go. Alright. That way, you don't have to watch me walk upstairs again. Alright. So yeah, with the RNG manip, by the way, my record's about 6.5 minutes. I forget exactly the number off the top of my head. I think 6:46 maybe. Although it's a bit sloppy, I'm sure you could probably, with this route, get it about 6 minutes. This is going to be twice. Oh, no, just once. Yeah, the RNG's really off. It's alright. Okay. Whoa, I just went the wrong way. I'm on you. I have never had that happen before. Literally never have had that happen before doing a run. So, okay. Doing good. I'm not stalling waiting out for donations, I promise. Alright. Now, yeah, the monsters are being totally different now. This is actually a little, yeah, I'm used to just doing the RNG manip, and yeah, it's kind of fun. Okay, let me, while I'm at it, I'm gonna have him eat meat. So you can also like heal yourself essentially by eating meat too. So now they're both at 606, 666. There we go. We got new monsters. Let's try with the new monsters. So that's a fast way of healing yourself. I can't do that on my warrior character, unfortunately, because it changes what the monster is, and I actually need that guy's last skill to be able to do this. So, okay. Alright. Beautiful. Okay. So we're very close. This is the last boss in Boss Rush. Suzaku, I think? And I remember playing this casual when the first time you meet him. This is the boss that you're forced to run away from. The idea is that you keep hopping up above ground and he attacks you, and then you like jump to the next area and you have to like kind of stand your ground from this guy. I remember being totally all right, let me make sure. Again, this is absolute paranoia here, but I should be basically safe. Being absolutely freaked out fighting him because of, yeah, it was, it was my favorite part of the game, and it was the part that really makes me like this game. When I was a kid, I didn't have a console machine. My parents didn't want me to have one because I don't even remember the logic. They were time wasters, or I would be spending too much of my time glued to the TV or something, but they did let me have a Game Boy. So this is actually my first JRPG. The first JRPG I've ever played is this one. And, oh, no. Oh, okay, well, we safety saved. So we have an estimate, guys. Okay. All right, let's do that. All right, we're gonna do a bunch of safety saves, obviously. All right. Let's see here. Okay, first off, let's push him up a little bit. There we go, perfect. And then we're gonna use the meat glitch. Again, 8 spot, just back all the way out. 8 spot, back all the way out. Alright, and then finally, save. And, you know, we don't need to reset. Let's just keep going. Alright. Okay. Lots of safety saves here. Let's see. So, if my host wants to jump in, if they want to
Sure
say
thing.
about
I am
marathon,
pleased
part
to
of
say
this
that with a $55 donation from Profness, we have met the Everything is Melting % donation incentive. Thank you, Profness, who says, fine, fine, it's Friday, we can melt all the things.
So, that's great. Actually, I was kind of all fully prepared not to have to do it. Now I get to do it. That's great. Fortunately, that isn't dependent on RNG at all. That particular glitch. So we're gonna be okay. All right. Let's see. Good. Okay. So let's potion these guys up. And by the way, you might notice the way the glitch works here. I've got a lot of potions, so I'm not out of potions here. Watch. Look, more potions. So yeah, this is super totally safe. You can try it on your own and be super paranoid about everything. And it's really fun to use the meat glitch because you just watch stuff transform right away. Let's see here. And... okay, what do we got? Alright, looks good. Okay. Let's try to end this thing. And I have to wait for the other guys to hit. So this is why the faster route is to actually have the other, and your pals be dead, because you just have you hitting and not everybody else. Alright, safety saves. Okay, beautiful. So, let me actually tell you a little bit about, since the incentive was actually met, let me tell you about everything is melting. So there are 3 tasks of this game. At least I know of 3. Maybe a new one got made that I haven't seen, but last time I checked, there were 3 tasks of this game. And the way we're doing it, teleporting and so forth, you would think that would always automatically be the fastest route to do anything. Like every time you play the game as a task, even, you would teleport. But that's not actually what the first task that got released, which is finishes the game in about 3 minutes does. The very first task, it does a glitch that uses the motorcycle. Come on, there you go. It uses the motorcycle. So if you remember that from the game, hold on a second here. Do I want to? Let me see. Okay, how safe do I feel? I don't feel safe. Okay. All right, let's try it. So, and what you can do is you can glitch yourself to get the motorcycle very, very fast. And you can do that at the very beginning of the game. And then you just drive it all the way up the tower. You'll see it in a moment. It is the craziest thing. Now, I did say that was the very first task. And there, like I said, there's 2 more that do even crazier things. But we're almost at the end of the game, so let's talk about the end of the game here. Golem fights, come on. I have enough saves that even if this kills me, yep, it kills me. Come on. So the premise of the game, remember, is you're looking for paradise, and you fight your way out the tower. There's all these kind of people you rescue and monsters you fight and so forth. You get to the top, and it says you'll see in a second. But you basically get to what's supposedly paradise, and it doesn't turn out to be all that much. I guess it is the setup. So we're almost there. Whoa, I really did not expect to be actually going over 20, but here we are. We can do this, though. It's not going to take that long. Okay, through the door. Okay, I believe this is the last floor, and then we're at the end. And we'll try that one more time. One more. Okay. Stay here. Come on, be nice, be nice. Does not want to be nice today. This is the worst luck I've had in a long time for any of this. Okay. Let's see. Heal him. Alright, and I'm just gonna do a bunch of saves and eventually we'll get there. Alright, save. And one more save. Alright. Please be cooperative golems. There we go. Okay. And we're almost out. We're almost out. Pray for RNG. Yes! Alright. Okay, so we made it to paradise. The end. So we just walk up here to the northwest corner. And we meet God. Or, I guess, the creator. But basically, it's God. And he says, "Wait, great job! You got all the way up to the tower." And the party's a little angry because like all these people dying and so forth. It's like, why did you do this? This is crazy. And basically they said, you know what? We're gonna fight you. So we're gonna fight God. That's kind of the summary. So we're gonna fight God, but fortunately, oh, actually, that's not the right one for that. That's okay. But fortunately, God doesn't even hit us. God's waiting for a bit of damage before he strikes. So we just use chainsaw and he's dead. Time. All right, so we're not going to do credits or anything because we're behind time. So let's just jump right into the last part of this, which is we did meet the incentive. So it is time to melt the game. Okay, we're going to start a new game. So like I said, this is what the first task does. And we're going to actually start, this is important that we actually start this way. We're going to start with a zombie. Because we're doing a much more specific memory corruption than the other one was. And then we need 2 skeletons. And then, okay, perfect. And then we're going to get a lizard in this spot. And this is basically kind of to set up the memory values, essentially. Okay, we're going to go outside again. And we're going to do that same frame perfect trick where we hit start and we enter at the same time. And then we're going to do the 2-8 on number 3. So we're going to glitch them right here. All right. And once again, we ended up in a vehicle. But that one can't move around. We're going to get one that moves around in a second. But before we do that, we need to replace our number 4 with a cockatrice. So why there's a cockatrice here, by the way, is we kind of work to the later stage of the tower, like what shops sell and what you can recruit changes later in the game. All right. Now we want to save and reset, and this is actually a RNG manip thing. All right, and then we're going to do some meat glitching. So we want to do meat glitch in number 3. And then, so we're kind of passing the meat here by doing all this. We're going to do the meat glitch on number 1. And that's good. That's what it's supposed to look like. And then finally, that turns into a lizard, basically. And then a meat glitch on number 4. So all this is doing is really setting up the memory values in a very specific way. I'm just going to check one thing, make sure that looks right. That looks right. Okay. So now we're going to swap 1 and 4 and 2 and 3. And the task does the same thing, it's just very, very fast because it's a task. All right, and we need to save and then reset. And then we're going to do one more time the 2-8 glitch. So get ready for memory corruption, guys. This is fun. 2-8. Woo! All right, everybody. So we are driving around in a vehicle. Ooh, we met a monster. It's fighting us. Wow. So, yeah, we just glitched. So basically, even though it doesn't look like it, we're in the motorcycle. You can see it sometimes. There we go. Now we can see it. And we are moving at a rate of 1 frame. Let me see here. Basically 60 frames per second, which is the speed of the Game Boy. So it is actually moving as fast as humanly possible. So we're glitching over stuff. The screen can't actually catch up with anything. It's there we go. We got back in town. There we go. And you can actually, from this point, assuming that your human fingers could actually do it, you could go beat the game right now. You can actually go up the tower through the door and then just go whoosh all the way up. And you don't even meet any of the bosses. You just glitch right through all of them. So yeah, that's the game. I hope you liked it.